Hey guys, Thomas Leroy here. I was wanting to I just wanted to report on the fasting, how that's going, what our perceptions are so far. Now, if I were to look at my last month's calendar, I could say that almost every day was a fast day. Okay, and on those days that were not considered a full fast day, I had that intermittent fasting type of thing where we'd have very, very small amount of calories there at the end of the day. Um, but then I started getting more and more on a regular fast, cutting down more and more of the calories. And so finally, a few days ago, while we didn't get to I'll say about a week ago, okay? Well, we didn't get it to 0 calories. Uh, we did get to uh, pretty much zero food. And I will tell you that I have used those cheats that I talked about. You know, the fake eating, where you just take a bite of something and chew it up. But you know, you got to be careful because otherwise you're going to get trace stuff that you'll swallow and from the juices or whatever, and that'll add to your calories. So I am not 0 calories. Okay. I have been continuing to take on calories in the form of sugarless gum. Uh, and which is another little cheat, like the fake eating. And I found something else, another exercise. Now, this may go the opposite way for you, but for me, I found that preparing food, going ahead and doing normal stuff of cooking and so on, um, and even so much as sticking your finger in the gravy maybe and tasting the saltiness of that, uh, but will help. Now it may be with somebody else that would just drive them insane, and they'd be like, "Dear God, why don't you just tell me, if they were trying to quit smoking, why don't you tell me to light up a cigarette and just let it, you know, burn in the same room I'm in, or something like that," which I would not advise. Well, I quit smoking in a smoking house, but I don't I don't advise anyone else to try such a thing. I had help of the Holy Spirit and well, probably familiar spirits as well, but in any case, it goes well, and I'd say. And that's what I'm saying is I'm counting it as pretty much a full fast as of about a week ago. And I am going to improve on that. And I will get to the point where I'm probably not even doing the sugarless gum. Um, a lot of people back in the old days, whenever they were fasting, would use things like lifesavers. Okay, you're not eating, but you are getting a couple calories that tells your brain, life isn't a starvation fast and you're not dying. Um, enough to help you with if you're challenged mentally in it. You can, because it's like, well, you got something, you know, because part of the challenge in full fasting is that other part of you. Yes, I'm scraping a pan. Is that other part of you that is just getting louder and louder and louder, screaming about how they want something. They want this or they want that, or they want something that says life isn't terrible and miserable and I'm rewarded in some way with something. It's like with the intermittent fasting. You have that little meal at the end, or a full blown meal, whatever you do, and you are satisfied. Yes, the timer went off. You are satisfied that you were fed and you did receive sustenance for that day. Of course, an awful lot of what fasting is about is to realize that there's other forms of sustenance. Um, so, right? Well, but then that is part of the deal. It's not just about denying yourself something, okay? It's a it's more about strengthening that connection and your faith with God. But then that's my personal opinion, isn't it? I'm like everyone else, everyone's got a personal opinion, right? Yeah. The devil sat there one day as a preacher and told me that. They can't help but to reveal themselves to me. It's like whenever they show up in a new disguise, a clever mask or something, it's as if they really just truly can't help but to be, to start saying and doing things. It's like, can't you see me in here? I bet you, do you see me now? It's me in here. And it's like, oh, dang, man, this gets so old. You gotta have something to gripe about, even if you're all just sunshine and everything's perfect, right? Just a little bit of something so that makes everything else seem just that much more better. So again, thanks for your love and support. Thanks for your well wishing, all your prayers, and yeah, our attitude is changing. We remain of good cheer. We, regardless of all the damages and all that stuff, and oh yeah, well, there was one God that was telling us about how, it's full restoration. Well, okay, you know what? My height is easy enough to measure. And it's easy enough to detect whether or not my rope has been returned to me, okay? Now, I'm not asking that of the God who loves me, although I've been promised again and again, these things are going to return, and with a gusto. Well, almost like as a vengeance. It's like, you can't threaten me with a good time. Just try. All right, guys. God love you. God keep you. We'll talk to you real soon.